Your body didn't betray you. I know that's what it feels like for some of you. I know you wake up with pain that wasn't there before. I know your hips are tight and your back aches every day and your knees crack when you walk up and down the stairs. I know that you look at your body and you think, what the hell happened? When did this turn against me? But here's the thing that I want you to understand. Your body didn't betray you. You abandoned your body. And I'm not saying that to make you feel bad. I'm saying that because it is the only way for you to move forward. Because if you believe that your body betrayed you, then you are a victim. And victims are powerless. Victims wait for someone else to fix them. Victims blame genetics, blame age, blame injuries, blame bad luck, and blame everything but themselves. But if you understand and you acknowledge that you abandoned your body, that you stopped listening, stopped moving, stopped maintaining, then you have the power. Then you can actually do something about it. Because your body didn't fail you. Your body adapted to years of sitting, to years of not moving, to years of ignoring the signals that it was sending you. Your body did exactly what it was designed to do. It adapted to the demands that you placed on it. Or in this case, the lack of demands. Most people think their body just stopped cooperating one day. That they woke up and suddenly everything hurt. Suddenly they couldn't squat. Suddenly they couldn't reach overhead. Suddenly they were stiff and weak and broken. But that is not what happened at all. It didn't happen suddenly. It happened slowly, over years, over decades. You just weren't paying any attention. And now you are dealing with the consequences of that disconnection. But let me tell you the good news. Your body remembers. Your body is still waiting for you. Your body is still capable of healing, of adapting, of becoming strong and resilient again. You just have to stop abandoning it. You have to start listening to it. You have to start showing up for your body. And that's what this episode is about. How disconnection happens, why your body adapted the way that it did, and how you can rebuild that relationship. So let's get into it. Here is what I see all the time. Someone comes to me and says, Vanya, I don't know what happened. I used to be able to do this and that. I used to be able to move. I used to be active. But now my body just doesn't work anymore. And then I ask them, well, when did this happen? When did this start? And they say, I have no idea. Maybe a few years ago, maybe longer. And then I ask them, when was the last time that you moved your body through its full range of motion? When was the last time that you actually moved like a human being? When was the last time you squatted? You hung from something, you crawled, you touched the ground, you lay on the floor, you chased your kids around the block. And they look at me like I'm speaking a different language because they haven't done those things in decades. Maybe they haven't done them ever. And that is where the problem is. Your body was made to move through all the ranges, in all directions, constantly. But you stopped doing that. You stopped squatting, you stopped hanging, you stopped crawling, you stopped playing around, you stopped expressing yourself freely through space like you did when you were a child. And you stopped moving in ways that challenge your joints, that strengthen your muscles, that keep your nervous system engaged and sharp. And naturally, your physical body adapted to that because that's what bodies do. They adapt to the demands that you place on them. If you're a person who moves regularly, if you challenge your body, if you use your full range of motion, if you implement movement into your life, your body adapts by staying strong, staying mobile, and staying capable. But if you don't move, if you sit all day, if you only move in limited ranges, then your body adapts by getting weak, stiff, and fragile. It's not betraying you, it is just responding to you. Let me give you an example. You're 25 years old. You can squat, you can touch your toes, you can sprint, you can reach overhead without pain. Your body moves freely. But then you get a desk job. And you sit for 8 hours a day. You drive yourself to work, you sit on the couch when you get home, and at first it's all fine. You don't really notice anything. Your body still feels okay. But the truth is your body is slowly adapting. Your hip flexors are shortening because you are always sitting. Your glutes are getting weaker because they're not being used. Your ankles are stiffening because they are locked at 90 degrees all day, every day. And you don't even notice this because it is gradual, because it is subtle. But then you're 30 or 35 and you notice that squatting feels a little harder. Your hips feel a little tighter. Your back aches after sitting for too long. And you think to yourself, that's weird. I guess I'm just getting older. But it's not age, it's adaptation. And you keep going. You keep sitting, you keep not moving, you keep ignoring the signals that your body is sending you. Life gets even busier, and now you're 40 years old and squatting is uncomfortable. Almost impossible. Your hips are tight. Your back hurts regularly. You can't touch your toes anymore. And you think to yourself, my goodness, my body is breaking down. This is just what happens when you get older. But it's not breaking down. It is adapting to the life that you've been living over the last 10 years, to the demands that you are placing on it. Or again, the lack of demands. And then you keep going and going and going, and you keep sitting and not moving. And by the time you're 50, you cannot even squat at all. Your hips are short, your back is in chronic pain, you need help getting up from the floor. And then you think to yourself, my body betrayed me. I don't know what the hell happened. But you know exactly what happened. You just weren't paying attention. You abandoned your body. You stopped listening to your body. You stopped moving it. You stopped maintaining it. And because your body is such a clever machine, it adapted to that abandonment. So here is the question. When did the disconnection begin for you? Because it didn't start when you felt pain. It didn't start when you noticed that you couldn't squat. It did not start when your back started hurting. It started years before that, when you stopped listening. Your body was sending you signals the whole time. Subtle signals, quiet signals. A little tightness in your hips, a little stiffness in your back, a little discomfort when you tried to reach overhead. And then you didn't move, and then you made excuses, and then you got too busy. You ignored all of the signals. You pushed through them. You told yourself it was all fine. Maybe you told yourself it would go away, and it did go away. Not because it healed, but because your nervous system stopped sending the signal, and it adapted to not doing anything. Because your brain realized that you were not actually listening, so it stopped trying to get your attention. And that's when the real damage started, because those signals weren't just discomfort. They were information. They were your body telling you, hey buddy, something's not right here. We need to move. We need medicine. We need to actually strengthen, and we do need to maintain. But you didn't listen. You kept going, you kept sitting, you kept not moving. So the body naturally said, we're not moving anymore. Let me just adjust to this level of normal. And then it shortened your hip flexors, it weakened your glutes, it stiffened your ankles, it compressed your whole damn spine. So that's why you wake up today feeling the way that you do. Your body has made you more efficient at the things that you were doing most, which was sitting. Your body was trying to help you. It was adapting to your lifestyle. But now you see that adaptation came at a cost, because now when you try to move, when you try to squat or reach overhead or twist, your body can't do it anymore. It is not capable anymore. It has lost the capacity. And so that's why you feel betrayed. That's when you think to yourself, the body has turned against you. But the body just stopped listening years ago. You are just now dealing with the consequences. So here is what I want you to understand. Your body is not your enemy. Your body is also not broken. Your body is not betraying you. Your body is responding to you. It is adapting all the time to the life that you're living. It is doing exactly what it is supposed to be doing. And if you don't like how your body feels right now, if you don't like that you are stiff and weak and in pain, it's not your body's fault. It is your fault. So are you doing anything about that? Look, I know that's hard to hear, and I know it's easier to blame everything else around you. But blaming doesn't fix anything. Making excuses doesn't fix anything. Blaming keeps you stuck and it keeps you powerless. But if you take responsibility, if you say not from today, that's going to give you power. That's going to give you control. That gives you the ability to change. And nobody can do it unless you do it. Because if this is your fault, then you can fix it. If you abandoned your body years ago, then you can most certainly come back to it. If you stop listening, then you can most certainly start listening again. And what will happen? Your body will respond, because that's what bodies do. They always listen. They are always waiting. Your body is always ready to adapt. You just have to give it the right stimulus. Now, I know some of you are thinking, but Vanya, I have injuries, I have chronic pain, I have metal rods in my knees, I have all of these conditions. This isn't just about not moving. And you're right, some of you do have real injuries, real conditions, chronic limitations. But here is what I've learned from working with thousands of people with every single injury and every single ailment under the sun. Most of what you think is an injury is actually just adaptation. Most of what you think is a condition is actually just your body responding to years of neglect. And even if you do have a real injury, even if you do have a real condition, the solution is still the same. You have to start listening. You have to start moving. You must begin to build the relationship with your body so that it can trust you. Because your body wants to heal. Your body wants to be strong. Your body wants to experience the freedom of movement. You just need to have the confidence to give it the opportunity. Let me tell you about my own experience with this. When I was competing as a high-level athlete, I thought I was invincible. I thought my body would always be there for me. I thought I was the strongest, the fittest, the fastest, the most agile. I thought that I could push it as hard as I wanted and it would just keep going. But then I got injured multiple times, and each time I ignored the signals. I pushed through the pain because that's what athletes do. I told myself I was tough. I told myself I could handle it, and my body adapted. It compensated. It found ways to keep going even though I was breaking it down. But eventually it couldn't compensate anymore. And I ended up so broken that I couldn't train, I couldn't move, I couldn't lift my arms overhead, I couldn't do the things that I loved. And I was bloody angry. I felt betrayed. I thought my body had failed me. But the truth of the matter is, I failed my body. I abandoned it. I didn't listen. I didn't protect it. I didn't enhance it. I pushed it beyond what it could handle, and then I blamed it when it broke down. And it wasn't until I hit rock bottom, until I couldn't even do basic movements like squatting or hanging or doing a simple cartwheel, that I realized what I had actually done. I had disconnected from my body. I had treated it like a machine that I could use and abuse without any consequences. And really, that's when everything changed for me. I started listening. I started paying attention to the signals that my body was sending me. I backed off. I did the right things, and I started moving in ways that were good for my body, not just ways that looked impressive or ways that I wanted to move. I started treating my body like a partner, not a tool. And slowly, my body responded. It healed. It got back stronger. It became more mobile than it had ever been. Not because I found some magic exercise, not because I went to the best physical therapist, not because I foam rolled or stretched, but because I found a practice that enriched me, that nourished me, that helped my body function in a way that it was always made to function. And that's what I want for you. Because here's the reality. Your body has been trying to communicate with you for years. You know that tightness in your hips. That was your body saying, we need to move more. The stiffness in your back every morning. That was your body saying, we need to strengthen. The pain in your shoulder when you reach overhead. That was your body saying, we need to mobilize. But a lot of the times you didn't listen. You ignored those signals and you pushed through them. You told yourself it was fine. You told yourself you'll do it tomorrow. You probably went about it doing the wrong things, and your body stopped trying to communicate with you. It stopped sending signals. It adapted to being ignored. And now you are dealing with the consequences. But it is never, never, never too late to change. Your body is still listening to you, and your body is still waiting for you. So let's start to pay some attention. Let's understand that movement is the solution to our problems, that we must move, we must enrich our body, and we must give it the medicine that it is craving. You have to start challenging your body in ways that make it stronger. Every single day, it should be a non-negotiable for you. And when you do that, your body will respond so quickly. It will adapt, it will heal. Because at the end of the day, it wants to be strong. It wants to be mobile. Your body wants to move with freedom. And I've seen it with everyone from 85-year-old beginners to injured professional athletes. It changes lives. Movement is the solution. So how do you start listening to your body again? How do you rebuild that relationship with your body? It starts with awareness. It starts with paying attention. When you wake up in the morning, how does your body feel? What is tight? What is stiff? What is uncomfortable? Don't ignore those signals. Don't push them under the rug and swipe them away. Listen to them and then move. Not aggressively, not forcefully, but intentionally. If your hips feel tight, spend time in a squat. If your back feels stiff, do some spinal twists, spinal waves. If your shoulders feel locked up, hang from something. Move in ways that address what your body is telling you that it needs. And then you have to do this every day, day after day. Not when you feel like it, not when you have time, but every day, because rebuilding a relationship takes consistency. It takes showing up. It takes proving to your body that you are listening, that you are here. And over time, your body will start to trust you again. It will start to open up. It will start to get stronger. It will start to move more freely. But you have to be patient. You have to be consistent. You have to keep showing up because you've been neglecting this body for the last however many decades. And it's going to take just as long, if not longer, to rebuild that relationship. It's not going to happen overnight. But if you commit to this, if you commit to listening, to moving, to showing up, the body will respond quicker than you think. And every day you're going to feel so much better than you are now. And I've seen it happen thousands of times with students in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. People who thought their body had betrayed them forever. People who thought that it was too late, no hope, injured, genetics, whatever. But it's never too late. Your body is always waiting for you. Your body is always ready to adapt. You just have to start listening. So here's what I want you to do. Step number 1 is start paying attention. Every morning, check in with your body. You don't need to judge, you don't need to ignore, you just need to observe and notice. Step 2, move in response to what you notice and observe. So do we need more softness or hardness today? Do we need to move out of alignment or do we need to stabilize things? Do we need to get on the floor or do we need to get up into the air? Do we need to brachiate? Do we need to invert? What do we need to do? And do this for 10 to 15 minutes every morning before you do anything else, before you check your phone, before you grab your coffee, before you start your day. Give yourself that time to be present with your practice. It is the time to reconnect with your body. Step 3, build a daily movement practice. This doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be a full workout. It just has to be consistent. Squat every day, hang every day, move your spine every single day, stand on one leg and balance every day, move your hips every day. These are the fundamental movements that your body needs to stay healthy, to stay mobile, to stay strong. And if you do them every day, if you build the habits, you will soon become disciplined and it's going to become a part of you. Step number 4, stop ignoring the signals. When your body tells you something hurts, then listen. When your body tells you something feels tight, listen. When your body tells you something doesn't feel right, make sure you listen. Don't push through it. Don't ignore it. Don't tell yourself it's fine. Listen. And then do something about it because your body is always communicating with you. The most important thing is don't outsource this. Use movement as medicine. Use movement to fix it. Because here's the hard truth. Your body didn't betray you. You betrayed your body. So now you owe it to your body to get that back and to make it perform at its peak physical condition. Let's get one thing straight. Your body is not your enemy. Your body is your partner, and it has been waiting for you to come back. So stop blaming your body. Stop blaming genetics. Stop blaming age. Start taking ownership and responsibility. Start listening. Start showing up. Stop making excuses because your body didn't fail you. You failed your body. And here's what I want you to take away from this. It is not too late. I know it feels hard right now inside of your own body. I know it feels overwhelming. Maybe you don't know where to start. Maybe you don't know what to do. Maybe you're in so much pain. But you need to start from exactly where you are. And you need to build on that. And I say this with full confidence because I'm changing lives every single day of the week. All ages, all injuries, all genetics, all backgrounds. It doesn't matter. Movement is your best friend. Movement is your medicine. Your body wants to be strong. You need to give that medicine. But you need to approach it from a place that it becomes your identity. Movement is not just something that you do for your body. Movement is who you are. Because the body was made to be that way. It needs movement to thrive. And then if you start to implement that, I guarantee you, it is not going to betray you again. You will not come to a place where you feel like your body has betrayed you. Now stop listening to this and go check in with your body. Ask it what it needs and then give it that, because your body has been waiting for you and it is time to come back. I'll see you in the next episode.